Survive the night.
Survive the night.
Oh God! What was that? Oh God! Survive the night.
What is a tax shelter? Tax shelters are defined in the Income Tax Act in very general terms. A gifting arrangement or the acquisition of property where it is represented to the purchaser or donor that the tax benefits and deductions arising from the arrangement or acquisition will equal or exceed the net cost of entering into the arrangement or property. That
I
makes
know
no sense.
nothing of that. All I know is a lot of Canadian horror movies were made in the late 70s, early 80s that have that took that tax shelter, and yeah, they made a lot of either sleazy or really good horror movies.
Andy, have you seen The Thief and the Cobbler?
Yes.
Do you remember what it is?
No.
Fuck. Everyone I talk to hasn't really seen it, but it's
Animated movie, right?
Yeah, and it's honestly it's fucking iconic.
Oh, yeah, I remember you talking about this, not watching.
Yeah.
A couple of movies that I've started watching, or one that I've started watching, one I did watch, Robin and I have started Dr. Sleep, and we're about halfway through. And so far...
Stop. So what you're telling me, and I think Andy does this too, is you watch some of the movie, and then you stop, and then you come back to it later.
We try not to, but sometimes we start movies really late, and we don't want to fall asleep during it, so we'll just pick
It's
it up.
Dr. Sleep.
I know. There's that.
You're a sociopath.
I don't like starting and stopping movies. It's usually because of Michelle also falling asleep during a movie, so...
If I fall asleep during a movie, which doesn't really happen, usually I'll be like, oh, I'm tired, I'm going to turn this movie off. That's it.
You won't come back to it.
Nope, fuck that movie.
Well, I've been wanting to watch
What's wrong with you?
Dr. Sleep for ages, and I know the reception for it was really mixed, but...
Was it? I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I thought the reception was quite good. He's going to go to IMDb.
I'm going to IMDb and
Is there-
Rotten Tomatoes.
Is there anything you watched this week, or you're looking forward to watching maybe this weekend or something?
I already told you I watched Terror Train.
Right, yeah. Which I have not seen, but I remember going to your house when you were finishing that movie.
Mm-hmm. It's a fun slasher movie. Another one of Jamie Lee Curtis's movies that she had after Halloween, and she kind of got, pigeonholed into certain roles.
And also, never mind. You guys were right. It was... I don't know why I thought it wasn't well received, but yeah, it was above average.
It's so hard for someone to do a good sequel to the Shining.
I like that they didn't try to replicate The Shining.
Yeah.
They did their own thing, aside from obviously recreating some of the scenes from The Shining.
What do you mean did their own thing? It's based off another book.
I know it's based off another book, but I just mean they didn't follow the prototype of Kubrick in terms of making a sequel to The Shining.
They followed the sequel to the Shining book.
From a film standpoint,
Standpoint, yeah.
Like, if you look at what Kubrick...
But, why would they... the book had already come out. Why would they be like, no, fuck the sequel. We're going to make our own thing. There's going to be pirates.
No, not that wild, but
I'm
in
just thinking
terms
of the tone of the film.
Yeah.
I thought they would try to replicate what Kubrick did, because Kubrick didn't follow the book at all. He followed some of the things, but there's so much of the Shining book that's not included in the movie. So
I'm pretty sure Stephen King hated the movie too.
I don't know about hated, but I don't think
he
he was a
doesn't
fan of the
he doesn't
interpretation.
like it, but has anyone seen the Shining miniseries? It's not very good.
No.
And it's so close to the book.
So I'm excited to finish it. Another movie that I watched this one did for sure get mixed reviews, and I don't understand why, but was The Witch.
I thought that got rave reviews.
No.
Lots of people want us to cover it. My fucking voice cracked.
I would love to cover it in a future episode, so
Let's do
email
the,
us. Be the first person to email us at survivethenightpodcast@gmail.com.
The first person?
If you want us to cover The Witch, because I thought it was amazing.
I haven't watched any movies this week because I don't really watch a whole lot of movies anymore. Usually if I do, it takes some time for me to actually do it. I mean, now...
He's a working man.
Well, I was going to say, right now I work in construction. I'm not old, but I'm getting up there. And it's hard to stay focused after work and stuff. But I am excited to watch this fucking... Give me a second here. Go read it. Shinya Tsukamoto collection.
Oh, yeah.
Real excited to
Yeah.
watch Tetsuo the Iron Man. I've been wanting to watch it for a long time because it's heralded as like one of the greatest like body horror movies. So
It's a black and white movie, though. Can you handle it?
yeah, I can handle it. We've watched other ones. I watched fuck, I can't remember what this movie's called.
Lighthouse?
Mother's
right.
Mother's Eyes, I think is what it was called.
Cool.
The Eyes of My Mother?
Yeah,
Okay. Is that a horror movie?
yeah, it was black and white as well.
Oh, wow. That looks creepy.
It was an interesting movie for sure.
Thanks for joining us on episode number 9 of Survive the Night podcast. My name's Amir. I'm co-hosting with Andy.
Hi.
And Ryan.
You piece of shit.
We've been playing with the reverb knob on our soundboard.
Amir's all about the knobs, man.
I love knobs. On today's episode, we're going to be covering Halloween 2018 ahead of Halloween Kills, which is releasing shortly. Thoughts off the top for me, I honestly did not really like a lot of Halloween Kills, or not, well,
Oh my God.
I'm going to restart. Thoughts off the top for me,
We're watching Moulin Rouge. What do you think?
I didn't really like a lot of Halloween 2018. I guess I was, because Andy, you said off the air that this is technically considered a reboot of the series, even though it is sort of a continuation of the series.
It's a sequel reboot.
It's like a split off as a sequel.
So
And I just also hate when reboot sequels name.
Yeah.
They're doing it for Scream also. They have the same name as the original movie.
Talking about reboot, how about that show? Good show, right?
Fucking so good.
What?
I
You
come
don't know
from I
Reboot?
come from the net.
You know, where it's like he's talking about like the net and all that stuff for the intro, and then he's just like, reboot!
You honestly not know what we're talking about?
You're talking about Reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that show.
Then
Okay,
why were you like,
fucking what the fuck is reboot?
I don't know.
This was Andy.
What the fuck is reboot? Oh,
I'm quitting. This is my last day.
I'm gonna quit too if he doesn't stop touching that fucking reverb.
I will not touch reverb one more time during the course of this podcast. Bank on it.
But yeah, don't get people out there thinking that I don't like Reboot, because I like Reboot.
Halloween, like the Rob Zombie ones, that was just like a whole new.
That was a
start,
reboot,
right?
reboot.
Yeah, those were not good.
Were there 2 of those?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. We're not talking about Rob Zombies. We're talking about David Gordon Green's 2018.
Excuse me, it's David Gordon Green and Danny McBride.
Well, they wrote it, but David Gordon Green directed.
Yeah, fair point.
Okay. So yeah, I've seen this movie a bunch of times. I really like it.
Can I say sorry?
You can say sorry.
You don't have to say sorry. You're not going to prison.
David Gordon Green did Halloween. He's doing the new Halloween Kills. He's also doing the upcoming Exorcist movie.
What?
And
Yeah,
actually,
he's doing all 3 of them.
Yeah, and like Danny McBride is part of it,
Yeah.
and some other guys in this movie are a part of it. He also has done like Pineapple Express and some other stuff. So he's a real
over
like
the place.
horror comedy.
He's also producing the new Hellraiser series on
He is, yeah.
FX.
You said all
Star.
3 of them. There's 3 Exorcist
Yeah,
movies coming out?
they're doing a trilogy.
Shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
I swear to God, if they fuck this up.
I know, right? I will kill somebody.
I won't do anything because I don't care. No, I do care.
Yeah.
But
Just to mention again, then, so the writers, technically, like they have credits, John Carpenter and Deborah Hill, but it's because it's based off their characters, obviously. Danny McBride, who, if you don't know, he acted in Alien Covenant, This Is the End, Pineapple Express, Hot Rod. He's also a producer for the new Exorcist movies coming out. And he's also an executive producer for the Hellraiser
And
TV
it's so
series.
weird to me that he's sort of a creative force behind these movies, because any movie he's acting in, he's always playing such a fucking idiot, you know, like a hilarious
Yeah.
jackass. I love him and everything he does, but it's such a weird disconnect
he's
for me.
such a huge horror fan. That's why
Yeah.
he's gotten into doing these movies.
I just want to give credit also. Jeff Fradley. He's also credited as a writer, but I didn't really find much else about what he's done.
Can we agree that the very first Halloween, one of the things that made that movie so successful and such a classic was, again, the way they've built the tension in that movie, right?
I don't think I've seen it.
Whoa.
What? You've seen it.
We need to stop
Have I?
recording now.
Yeah.
Unless I've seen it with you, Andy.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen it. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I've said it before, and I'm sure I'll say it again. I just wasn't really a huge fan of slashers when I was going through my heavy movie phase.
Would that be a fair assessment, though, Andy, of the first one? Like the way the movie built the tension? There wasn't really too much dialogue. A lot of it
No,
was-
yeah, no. There's definitely tension. There's suspense, but again, a different time for movies. It's also one of the proto slasher movies,
Yeah.
so it was one of a kind at the time.
So, I mean, obviously in hindsight, I get where they were going with this movie, but I guess the reason I left sort of disappointed was because I guess I was expecting more of the vibe that the first movie brought. This movie does to some in some scenes, but I guess I wanted more of that. I have some other issues with it, which we'll get into, but yeah.
So you guys watched it recently, right?
I watched it this week.
Yeah. Andy?
Yesterday.
Yeah. I wasn't able to get around to it.
It's like you don't even watch movies anymore. Who are you?
I do my best. I'm just tired.
I'm into
Masturbating.
yeah.
I mean,
I mean, if there's an audience.
Okay, well, some of us don't get to like just kind of hang out for
That's
the
true.
majority of their job.
That's true.
Yeah.
So I can only listen to like podcasts and audiobooks and stuff like that while I'm at work.
You can't watch movies while you're doing construction? What the
Mhm.
fuck?
Why are you not?
While you're in the porta potty?
I really wanted to start this podcast mainly because I wanted to get
Free food.
I wanted to get sweet fan art
Oh, fan art.
and like stuff from people because I always see people getting stuff and I'm like, fuck, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That would be dope. If
Maybe.
we
Yeah. Let's get some fan art.
watch Michelle is going to draw something for us.
No.
And it's gonna be like hypersexual.
Always.
Just like as a quick tangent here, I don't know, we might have to cut this. I don't know.
What are we cutting?
Michelle lived with me for like a couple of months
Yeah.
while you were still finding a place, right?
Yeah.
And just we were hanging out watching a movie, and then I don't know why, but for some reason she drew a picture of your dick, and like I know roughly what your dick looks like.
Why does she know what mine looks like? Why does she know such detail?
I don't know. She's like, yeah, it kind of curves this way, and like it's like this. Like, good for you, first of all. Like,
The 3 testicles.
packing some heat.
Hey. I call the big one bitey.
The 3 testicle things makes me think of Goldmember when he
yeah.
gets hit in the balls, Dr. Evil, and then he says that. And when I was a kid, I thought he meant like 1 testicle, 2 testicle, and penis every time. And then when I got older, and he's like 1, 2, and 3, and then I was like, he has a 3rd ball.
I'd like to point out that we're about 15 minutes into this podcast, and we've not talked about the movie for a minute.
All right.
yet.
Let's talk about the synopsis. Let's talk about the movie.
All right, get into it.
Are you okay?
Go for it.
Okay. Almost 40 years ago, masked killer Michael Myers butchered a group of teenagers in Haddonfield, Illinois. Laurie Strode survived the massacre, but must endure it all over again as Michael escapes on Halloween night.
What? He escaped?
Always
He's
on.
gonna kill on Halloween?
No.
Let's quickly say, so main character, Laurie Strode, fucking played by the iconic Jamie Lee Curtis, who's basically a scream queen. Like,
She is, yes.
yeah.
Yeah, she embraces it now, too.
She has a very eclectic
Let's talk
bunch
about
of credits.
Freaky Friday.
Yeah, like she obviously Halloween. She's been in New Girl, Freaky Friday, and like a ton of children's movies.
How dare you forget about Trading Places? Come on.
That's a movie?
And then like back, what would you say, like late 70s maybe, early 70s,
For what?
for when she was doing movies like Halloween,
Oh, yeah, that's like late
Terror
70s.
Train,
I think that's
Prom
like,
Night,
yeah,
The
that's
Fog,
late 70s.
Road Games. She also, a little fun fact here, she was in Escape from New York. She was the narrator / computer voice, but she's uncredited.
Yeah, she's got an enviable career. Like, there's not many people that have the longevity that Jamie Lee Curtis
We're not going to
has
go
had.
through everyone's bio right now, are we?
We should, yeah, every single person.
No,
every movie
no.
they've done.
I mean, I
Ryan.
can go through a few. I just want to say out the actors and like their characters at least. Though,
Yeah,
right?
you can do that.
Yeah, so
you're allowed.
And this, honestly, this can kind of serve as the intro for this movie and our next episode, Halloween Kills, because all the characters are mostly the same with the addition of a few more. So.
Yeah, so I guess spoilers. Next episode we're gonna be covering Halloween Kills. It's gonna be kind of a different episode since we're gonna watch it and then immediately record afterwards. Hopefully it goes well.
I don't think it does.
So James Jude Courtney, he is the Shape, aka Michael Myers, and I like that they did a nod to the original Halloween in calling him the Shape in the credits, which was fun. I looked up his acting credits and he plays a lot of goons. Like specifically called goon and thugs. He's got the face for
That's
it.
a great title for a movie.
And then obviously they brought back Nick Castle, who also plays a little bit of the Shape, aka Michael Myers. But he also, and this is fucking weird. So he was like the original Michael Myers, right? Iconic, obviously, did it for a long time. He's also credited as directing Major Payne, Dennis the Menace.
Oh my God.
And he was a writer for the movie Hook and then Escape from New York as well.
He's a talented man.
It's just crazy to think like, oh yeah, he was Michael Myers from Halloween, but also he did that sick fucking Robin Williams Peter
talking
Pan
like
movie. Because that's what they're saying. That's how they say it.
Oh, okay.
Allison is played by Andy Matichak. That's Laurie Strode's granddaughter. The only other movie she's really been in is called Assimilate from 2019. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I'm pretty sure I have. It's okay. It's kind of like a made-for-TV style movie.
Which is interesting because when I saw her first in this movie, she looked so familiar. Like,
the fun thing about that is they had offers for like some pretty popular actresses to play the part of Allison, but they wanted to continue to pay this homage to Halloween and just cast some unknown actors. So
Interesting.
just like Jamie Lee Curtis when she was cast the first time, they cast Andy. I can't believe you've been in the movie, Andrew.
I didn't get paid. Still waiting for those royalty checks.
Next is Karen, which is Strode's daughter. She's played by Judy Greer. She has 152 acting credits.
Yeah,
on
Judy
IMDb.
Greer's in everything. She is like literally, if you need an actor that like will do any type of sitcom,
Yeah,
she's the person to go to.
yeah. She's in Archer. She's one of the main characters in Archer.
Right.
She's been in like Family Guy, American Dad, like tons of animated adult shows, and then like a bunch of sitcoms, like you were saying, Andy. She was also in Ant-Man 1 and 2. She was Paul Rudd's ex, right?
Mhm.
She was in Carrie 2013, and she was in The Village.
I haven't seen The Village, actually.
No, you haven't seen M. Night Salamander's movie, The Village?
No, Shalaman, okay?
Who's Shalaman?
That's what I call him.
Oh,
We're
okay.
tight. That's cool with
Oh.
it. Brown people stick together.
I haven't seen that
Okay.
movie since I was like really young. So
What's with your voice?
I don't know. I'm trying to do like my own auto tune thing here. The last like really main character guy I've got here is Will Patton, who plays Officer Hawkins. He also has quite a bit of credits with 114 acting.
Can you tell
credits.
me, or can you tell me? Can I tell you my favorite role of his?
Yeah, go for
It's
it.
from the Mothman Prophecies.
Well, there you go. He was in The Forever Purge. He was in the Swamp Thing TV show from 2019. He was in The Fourth Kind, which is a real movie. Don't let anyone tell you different.
Oh yeah,
You know, those are real
super
events.
real.
Yeah, it's scary. And then The Mothman Prophecies and a bunch of other stuff, obviously.
Chapstick. That's for everyone who's watched Mothman Prophecies.
Oh,
All right, movie time.
yes. Jump on in.
Jump on it.
The movie starts with it introduces these podcasters, Dana and Aaron. I guess they're going to interview Michael Myers.
Yeah, they're podcasters, but they're also kind of investigative journalists.
So podcasters.
I hated these two characters so. I knew they were gonna die pretty quickly.
And
I just fucking hated
they
them.
are dumb. They start off going to Smith's Grove, where Michael Myers has been incarcerated for 40 years.
It's a mental institution.
Yeah, obviously dangerous.
It's actually
patients.
a spaghetti making factory.
Oh.
Yeah, they make a lot of pasta. That's a spicy meatball.
Spaghetti.
So Michael's doctor, who has taken over for Dr. Loomis from the previous movies, I guess it's just one previous movie. Dr. How do you pronounce it? StN? Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Uh,
I did up the little outline we have for this, and I saw the guy's name, and I was like, does Andy mean Satan?
No.
It's SAR. So is it Sardin?
No, it's STA.
On IMDb, it
Is
says
it
Dr. Sarton.
Oh, it's Dr. Sarton. I'm an idiot. All right. It's
Nailed
Dr. Sarton, and he lets them interview Michael.
Which again is like,
It's fucked up.
oh, you want to, interview this horrible killer in a very open, free space? Yeah, sure.
The vibe I got from the doctor right away, he kind of has like a mad scientist vibe.
Totally.
So he's fucked.
And
His
like,
vibe was off.
Yeah.
His vibe was off. He did not pass the vibe check.
No,
no vibes,
not at all.
which plays later into the movie because he's insane also. Foreshadowing.
Wait. I'm sorry.
You fucking.
Is it good?
Foreshadowing.
Wait, can you do it for me? Pigs in space. Thanks. So at the beginning they go and interview him. Aaron, the male podcaster, he grabs Michael Myers' mask out of his bag, and
It doesn't say where he gets the mask from, though, does it?
yes, he had it from the Attorney General.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why did the attorney general?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's like,
I didn't ask him.
yeah, this sounds like a good idea. Here, attack a cat.
Everyone in this town's a fucking idiot. That's
Yeah.
why.
I assume the attorney general has like a sweet southern accent for some reason.
It might be good to set up the area where they're interviewing Mike visually too. So it's this huge.
Yeah, so if you've seen Squid Games, it's like the very first game that they play, just a big open field.
I don't think it's called Squid Game, right? Is it?
Shut the fuck up.
But
Trying
no,
to make a dumb joke.
it's
and
not
this
even
asshole's
really-
trying to be all literal.
yeah, it's not really like that. It's like a checkered floor, and it's an open space. There's other patients on the floor.
Everyone's standing in like their own little box, and
Yeah, you're not
the doctor
supposed to-
says not to go into the box.
Right.
I just thought, like, I do remember this part. I just thought it was dumb.
Same.
I liked it.
Really? I just thought I was like, why? It's just a big open area with a bunch of like,
I guess I liked
people that are tweaking.
I guess I just liked the look of it.
So
more
did
of
I.
the cinematography more than I did the actual what happened. But it's set up the beginning. The podcaster holds up the mask, asks Michael to speak, and then
He gets really aggressive
Yeah.
about it too. He gets as close as he can to the box. He's got his
He's
foot
like,
on
swear to me.
the basically.
yeah.
She starts to pull the mask out of the bag, and I think Michael kind of reacts to it, even though he doesn't see it.
He
kind of, like,
turns
tenses
his
up.
tenses up a bit. You can see him like I think his he clenches his fist or something. All the other patients are starting to scream.
So one note I had about the journalist, I wrote, "Journalist guy fucking sucks. Want him to die."
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, it was weird how he really wanted Michael Myers to put the mask on. He was like, unzipped his pants, put it on his penis, made it talk and stuff. It was weird, right? That's how the movie goes, right? That's how I remember it.
you just turn this into the gutter show. This is the gutter show.
Yeah,
Might
put
as
it
well
in the
just
gutter.
Change the name of the podcast to the Gutter Show.
Okay.
Do you want us to change the name? No.
You're a
To the
bullshit-
Ryan Desjardins Variety Hour.
Desjardins. Okay. I never actually said your last name, so it's good to know.
That's your last name?
I've heard
Oh my God.
people say weird shit like they try and pronounce it French. I'm not.
Desjardins.
Yeah, basically.
Desjardins.
I'm not French. A friend of mine thought it was Dijon, like the mustard.
Can I just call you the D?
Yeah, if you
Can I
want to,
call you Ryan Dijon? That's funny.
I don't like that.
Oh. Anyway, Halloween. So after that scene, it plays into the intro, which I really liked because it's the crushed pumpkin, and they filmed an actual pumpkin like decaying.
Rotting? Yeah.
I'm so
And
sick of you guys taking my fucking fun facts from me. This is all I have in this podcast.
oh, I'm sorry.
To go back onto it, they did a reverse of what the original
Yeah.
movie did, which
Yeah.
was pretty cool. And like you were saying, yeah, to film it, they literally just set up a pumpkin, a camera, and just let it rot.
Amazing. And they say fast forwarded it, obviously.
Nope, they put it in reverse. You fucking moron.
Wow, he is out for blood.
Look, all right, you guys keep taking my goddamn fun facts. I'm gonna have nothing on this fucking show anymore.
Hey, you have your lovable personality.
Okay.
We all know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a very abrasive person.
I thought you were going to say abusive.
Well, I mean, you know, what happens when
Whatever.
the mics turn off it happens, and I can't really be held accountable for it.
Ryan! Stop!
Wait, Andy, do that again.
Stop, Ryan!
Well, I'm deaf, so
So the podcasters, they end up tracking down Laurie Strode to her house.
Jamie Lee at first wasn't super sure about doing this. You know who had a hand in convincing her to jump back into the role?
Michael Myers?
John Carpenter.
No, it's Jake Gyllenhaal.
What?
Is he a producer?
No, he's a family friend of hers, and he's actually her unofficial godson.
That's weird.
So Jake, if you're listening, just like shoot.
I
me a
love
message.
Nightcrawler.
Yeah,
I love
The
Donnie
Guilty
Darko.
was really good.
Oh, that's The Guilty.
Be my friend. Be my friend.
You're such a fuck ass.
I like Donnie Darko as a sci-fi thriller, not a horror movie.
Foreshadowing.
Anyway, the podcasters, they find Laurie Strode's house, and she's living in this like compound structure of a house, you know.
Gated up and shit.
yeah.
Secure.
Should that's what our podcast turn into?
We should get a gated community.
No, go to people's houses and fucking stalk
Go
them and-
to
We don't have the money for that.
go to killers, and well, we will later on when we become
They-
fucking huge and
They
famous.
have to bribe her $3,000 to speak to her.
How do these people have that money?
It's true. I don't know.
They're British.
Are they? Oh, were they British?
Yes.
That's
wow,
why I
that
fucking
explains
hated them.
everything.
Assholes. I like British people, not these guys.
Oh, okay. So yeah, they eventually end up speaking to her. So Laurie Strode has basically become like a doomsday survivalist.
She reminded me of Linda Hamilton from The Terminator. A bit.
Yes.
Say you're the podcaster. How would you have gone about talking to Michael Myers and sure Laurie Strode as well?
Yeah, so I mean, I obviously do have a little bit of experience in journalism, and I would not have done anything the way these guys do. The way these two podcasters were going about their business is why people hate journalists. Essentially, is because they pry, they are very nosy. There's a respectful way to do what they wanted to do, and they weren't being respectful at all. Even though Michael doesn't deserve respect, I still just
Yeah.
found the way they were doing things just very unprofessional.
So I assumed because they're podcasters, they're the lowest form of human life.
Yeah.
So
Good. That's good.
that's why I assumed that they're so shitty.
Yeah. It's just weird to consider myself a podcaster now, you know?
Oh, no.
I thought about that.
We're getting to fucking next episode. It's gonna be 10
10.
episodes.
Shit.
You know.
Yeah, so doomsday survivalist Jamie Lee Curtis, Laurie Strode.
She's in her house, which is she's basically turned it into a bunker. You can clearly tell that she isn't doing well, from the 40 years of the trauma she has dealt with. She has 2 failed marriages. Michael killed 5 of her friends.
I don't know why I'm laughing.
She
at
had
that.
2 failed marriages. Michael killed 5 of the marriages.
Well, yeah, probably because she, isn't seeing a psychiatrist. She has a terrible relationship with her daughter, played by Judy Greer, and never regained custody when she was growing up.
Yeah, because she went batshit crazy.
Yeah, because of the
so-
PTSD.
Yeah, so from the first Halloween movie, that all happens in one night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then 40 years later, it's jumping to this movie.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, he hasn't been killing anything.
No.
But she's like, he's gonna come back. He's gonna come back.
Yeah.
Now, if this was real life, that wouldn't have fucking happened.
I mean, yeah, possibly, but there are people that are just, traumatized for the rest of their lives.
Oh,
from
totally. And they
traumatic
do not
incidents.
seek help, whether it's because they can't afford it, or if they're afraid of getting help, or just becoming a full-on recluse. They're not wanting to seek help.
Do you think doomsday people don't like the Jewish people?
What?
I'm mostly asking because a lot of conspiracy theories around certain stuff, say flat earthers and all this stuff, for some reason it always always turns into anti-Semitism.
Like the giant Jewish laser from space. Look that up.
No.
Anyway, back to the movie. So she never regained custody of her child. Karen has grown up now though, and she is like in her 40s.
That would mess her up mentally as well, not
Mm-hmm.
being able to have her child anymore too, right?
So she asks the podcasters to leave, obviously with getting paid and stuff, and then it cuts to Karen's family, and it introduces her family and her husband, her daughter.
Allison.
Yeah.
One thing that I took a note of here is they do talk about Lori, and the way that Karen references Lori to her daughter is grandmother. Did you talk to grandmother? And it just felt, who the hell calls their grandma grandmother?
So I wanted to point out that people would call them grandmother if their relationship is shitty.
Okay, I mean that makes sense.
It's just a person, it's just a title. There's no connection. I had my grandmother. We didn't have the best relationship, so we always called her Granny because it's kind of seemed, distant or cold.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you guys pronounce aunt? Do you
I don't-
pronounce it aunt?
I don't say aunt. I say aunt.
Yeah, because you're fucking backwater. It's
What?
trash, backwater trash. Calling him a hillbilly.
Well, this is how you're going to be.
Where are
talking
you from?
the rest
Oh,
of the
no.
episode.
You're from.
Hey guys, Ryan here from Survive the Night podcast. Let us know, do you pronounce it aunt? Because that's the proper way to pronounce it.
Wait. What do you say
What?
for your aunt? Do you
Oh, I say aunt.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's just it's dirty water.
Sometimes I say auntie when I want to get spicy.
Fucking idiot now.
Spicy.
Auntie.
For what we were talking about before I derailed the whole thing, I don't see it that way personally.
The grandmother thing?
Yeah, like you can call him grandmother, whatever. Like I can see how it would come off like that, but I feel like if she really was like, "Fuck this person," you would just call her by like
Her name.
her name.
Yeah,
that's
true.
That's true. I never had a problem with it. I do like I love the dad character. I thought he was funny.
What's his name?
Ray.
Oh, he says something about his penis.
Yeah,
which
he's setting
gets
up.
peanut butter on his penis.
Yeah,
But he's
setting-
got his pants on.
He's just a jokey
Fucking idiot.
father. He's clearly like he's a guy that's just making constant like dad jokes and
Do
stuff
we
like
need
that.
to like double check that they didn't have any animals in the house? Putting fucking peanut butter on his dick?
He's trying to kill rats in the house, and
By
he
putting
puts,
peanut
putting
butter on his
peanut
dick?
butter on his dick?
His dick's pretty stanky.
okay, sure.
The stanky part. I don't want people to. Anyways.
Think you talk like that?
I don't talk.
Fuck, man, that dick was stanky.
Stanky dink. Dink. Okay. And you like the dad.
I like the dad. I thought he was funny. Anyway, we're going to Allison's. Is that right?
Yeah,
Allison.
Allison.
She has friends Vicky and Dave. Dave brings up an interesting thing, saying that a couple people getting killed by a guy wielding a knife isn't such a big deal by today's standards. And I'm like, yeah,
That's true.
He
yeah.
didn't. He killed 5 people back in 1978, and there's been like how many
Yeah.
terrible tragedies
One
since
person
then.
with an assault rifle can kill
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
40, 50, 100.
But like a lot of those people, like serial killers back then, they'd only killed a few. They're still talked about pretty
That's
fucking
true.
heavily.
And at that time, they were, relatively speaking, as bad as
Mhm.
the ones we have today. So
Yeah. So those characters are introduced. Allison's boyfriend Cameron is introduced, and so is their friend Oscar. I don't like both of them.
same.
I just can't believe they got Oscar the Grouch for this. That's huge. That's huge.
It's about time he's had some other opportunities.
I'm just really glad he was able to break out of Sesame Street.
Yeah, Oscar was one of the fucking worst. Just couldn't stop.
He's very like I know for a fact that they were created that way to be just awful.
Yeah.
Oscar is supposed to come off as like very friendly, jokingly, but like later on he kind of shows his true colors.
Was Oscar like the pudgier dude?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like there's a one scene where Allison's in her classroom. She looks out the window And in the original Halloween, Laurie does the same thing, looks out the window, but she sees Michael Myers just standing there. This time she looks out the window, Allison, and she sees Laurie Strode just standing and looking back at her. Interesting callback.
Have we gotten to, maybe it's in Allison's bedroom, but I've got a little fun fact here. In a child's bedroom, there's a lamp that has a clown with a knife on it.
Oh, that's much later on.
Oh, well, I'll just say it now then. It's a nod to the very first killing in the original movie.
Oh, yeah, with the clown.
Yeah.
The clown.
Yeah.
At this point, does Laurie, I feel like they have a scene together, Laurie and Allison, after school? Or
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they have a shower scene together. It's pretty good. It's not bad.
Laurie tries to give the money that she made from the podcasters to her to tell her to get out of here, take a vacation, just go away.
go to Mexico.
Get out of here, yeah. But Allison just says, say goodbye to Michael, get over it, like stop being obsessed with the past.
And it comes off kind of, insensitively based on the viewer's understanding that Michael is still out there. It's like, you're just an idiot now. But she doesn't know
also,
that.
like, $3,000? She's like, yeah, take this. I've been like, fuck yeah, Grandma.
Yeah, totally.
When did you get so cool?
And then it starts to show that Laurie is training heavily with firearms. She's very, she's good with them. She's good.
Is there a montage of her training?
It's just her shooting a bunch of mannequins over and over again.
And
Like
she's
a really small, not really a montage.
No, it's
Mostly
not a
just
montage.
scene.
But it shows how hardcore she is, for sure.
I guess this is a pivotal point in the movie where, obviously, Michael Myers is being transferred on Halloween night.
You're like, Michael, listen, okay? You've been putting your dick in the mashed potatoes too often, and we gotta get you out of here.
I mean, what's wrong with that, though?
To be honest, I feel like Michael would have had like some sort of parole or some sort of... He would have already been out on the street or living at a halfway house by then.
How many people has he killed again?
Only 5.
Not if you're
Serial?
a murderer with a...
Mental health issue?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're there for life.
Interesting. I'm going away for a while. Don't ask why.
It's fucked up.
So the pivotal moment is when Laurie goes out to kill Michael when he is being transferred.
Right.
She's drunk. She's drinking, and she can't do it. She has like a loaded gun, and she can't take herself to do it. Breaks down crying, and then it goes to a scene where like this is a weird scene, but I found it quite funny, and I'm sure Ryan will find it funny. The kid and dad are driving in a pickup truck, and the dad wants him to go hunting, but the kid says that he really loves dance class, and that dancing really hits him. Do you not remember that scene?
No, not really.
Oh.
These are just random...
These are just random people,
Yeah.
and they're just talking, and then they are the ones that witness the bush.
The bush crash. The bush.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Sean Connery.
Anyway, the bus goes missing. Anyway, the bus crashes.
No way.
Yeah, I know.
The bus that's carrying Michael Myers crashed.
Yeah,
Holy fuck.
I know that old
Don't say chestnut.
tale of
Say that word. You say it so.
that old tale of intrigue. There, I changed it for you. So the bus has crashed. I said it right. The dad goes to check on it, and obviously he does not come back. The kid goes to investigate. There's a guard who is on the ground. He's bleeding and tells the kid to run. And the kid obviously doesn't run. He goes into the bus and then sees Dr. Sartan.
Yeah.
And shoots him.
It was an accident, though.
Yes, it was an accident. Impulse. Shoots him.
How did the bus crash? Do we know?
So it never really fully explains it at this point, but I think in the written, like the book version of it, it says that Sartan was the one that crashed it.
Oh, that makes sense.
Because he wants to release Michael and wants to see him kill again.
Spoilers. Okay.
Yeah.
Big spoilers.
Big spoilers.
Michael kills again, everybody.
Yeah,
Sorry to
holy-
ruin the movie.
So you're this little kid. You're looking good.
You like dance. It hits you well.
You know what? Certain songs come on, and yeah, that dance hits me.
So you're this kid after your dad goes missing?
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
Amir, what would you do?
He also had this, he has a shotgun in his hand
yeah. Before that,
kid does?
even
or a rifle or something.
yeah,
Okay, well, Amir, you're the little kid. You love dance. What do you do?
I do love dance. I would not go and approach this bus. I don't know who's in it, whatever. I would reach for my dad's cell phone if he's got one, unless he's some backwater hillbilly. He doesn't believe in smartphones because they've, harbingers of the devil. I would first call 911 and just say, "Hey guys, this bus crashed. Help!" And that would be it.
That's a good answer. Yeah.
I find it like any times we'll be like, oh, well, if you're the kid, what would you do? Like, I mean, you guys are in your fucking 30s. I'm almost 30. It's kind of hard to think of what a fucking kid would do.
I
Like, honestly, a kid probably would be like, I better go check that out.
Yeah. Well, I think it's also really stupid of the dad because I feel like they should have just kept driving and then called the police down the line.
Sure,
Because there was people that the bus, it's a prison bus, almost a prison bus.
Does it look like a prison
Yes.
bus?
Yeah. So I would have just kept driving and then.
Okay, but
I'm the kid.
you're the kid.
Okay, so I kick my dad out and then I drive the car. Okay, no, I'll rewind it back.
I was like, you're a fucking badass dancer.
No, okay. The dad goes missing. I'm staying in the car, locked doors. Find a phone. Clutch that rifle. Because like the whole situation is with Michael Myers. He's out there, and then he kind of just waits for the kid to get out, and then goes into the back seat of the car.
And to just back up a little bit in terms of, talking about kids. As a kid, I do remember sort of myself in pressure situations, and I was a little bitch. I would run from everything. So I would think I would be honestly too scared to get near this wreck.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't be able to do. I couldn't even go on like amusement park rides.
You still can't.
I still can't.
I'm the kid. Shut the fuck up. I'm the kid. I love dance. My dad goes down there. He's not coming back up. So here's what I do. I get out. I go to the edge of the road. Call for my dad. He's not coming. So I get back into the truck. I'm just going to assume I know how to drive it. Like, you'll learn anyways, right? So I drive away, drive back home. My mom's like, where's your dad? I'm like, I don't know.
Went out for cigarettes and never came back.
But so dad's out of the picture now. Like, he didn't like that I danced. So I get my mom to enroll me in dance school. I do that for a few years.
This is
I get
going
big.
on. Wow, this is.
I become huge.
Keep going.
Interrupt him.
I'm doing like ballet, all this other stuff, and like I've had just an absolutely rich, fulfilling life. And then, close to the end of my life, my dad's ghost comes, kind of like in Star Wars when was it Darth Vader and Obi-Wan?
So he's a Force ghost.
Yeah, and he's like, "You did the right thing, son. You were beautiful at dancing." And I'm like, "I love you, Daddy."
And I mean,
and then I pass away peacefully in my sleep from like having a great life after my
Nice.
dad got murdered.
Wow, that was beautiful.
in some way, Michael Myers and this creepy doctor really, set you up on a path to success.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael Myers.
No, but I'd probably be like, I'm not getting out of this fucking vehicle. You can fuck yourself.
It's great. It's a good response because the kid does go out, shoots the doctor, goes back into the car, and Michael Myers is there, strangles him, and breaks his neck.
I really like that he just shoots the doctor.
Yeah.
Bang.
Eventually, Officer Hawkins, the police officer, he comes by and sees the crash. I think he ends up seeing the dad with a broken neck. I believe it's either him or another patient, but yeah, he investigates the crash, and then he also investigates, sees Sartan on the ground bleeding. He's still alive.
Yeah.
We're at the part where the podcasters, they go and visit Michael Myers' sister's grave, Judith Myers.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a brief scene, but yeah, they just show that that this like Haddonfield has become like this like popular like legend
Because of the
incident. Eventually, they end up at a gas station. He goes to get gas or food, and she goes to the bathroom. in the background you see Michael Myers like still in
Just going to town on himself.
Unmasked.
he's unmasked. He's not even in his classic overalls yet.
Oh, he's in his the prison outfit or the patient outfit.
the white
Yeah.
patient outfit.
He's in a 2-piece. I'd like to say the gas station is almost a complete replica from the first movie.
Really?
Yeah, almost.
That is a good fact. Thank you, Ryan.
Yes, you're right. I am the fact man.
I do like that that scene a lot, just because you see him. He's attacking everybody, like not off screen, but in the background.
Like
and you
Solid Snake, very stealthily.
Yeah, and he ends up taking his classic. What is it? A mechanic's outfit?
Yeah, it's like a mechanic jumpsuit.
It's
2-piece
coveralls.
Yeah.
coveralls.
Yeah,
I thought
and-
he was going to say a joke. He actually said the right
Yeah,
thing.
he actually did.
Yeah, no,
Oh, nice.
Sometimes he's
I'm real. Yeah, that's also another iconic part is in most of the movies when he's not wearing that, that's how he gets his little...
by killing somebody that has it.
Yeah, usually
Yeah.
in one of these areas.
So Aaron sees that one mechanic has his face bashed in. It's like contorted. It looks fucked up. And then he notices the other mechanic is just in his underwear and he's dead. So he obviously realizes that something's going on. Michael goes into the bathroom where Dana is going to the bathroom.
These are the podcasters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Michael drops teeth on the ground right in front of her. And it's really creepy. And then he, starts to bash into the stall that she's in. Aaron comes in with a pipe and tries his best to hurt Michael, but clearly that's...
No, he's a podcaster. We're all weak.
Yeah.
We sit
We
down.
can't even... We're holding our own against gravity right now.
And while he's getting the shit beat out of him by Michael, she's just sitting there or shitting.
Oh, no.
whatever he knows.
Fuck. Yeah, she's just in hysterics and just... She's not doing anything.
Yeah,
That's
she's
not
like-
what I would do.
She's like, grab
Flush.
this toilet paper real quick.
Yeah.
Front
So
to
yeah,
back,
what would you
ladies,
do
front to
if
back.
Michael Myers is attacking you on the toilet?
I'm putting myself in her shoes. Yeah. So while he's there, obviously I'm cowering inside the stall. But when Aaron shows up and he's getting the shit kicked out of
Yeah.
him, I'm out of there. I'm sorry, Aaron. You're a great colleague. You're kind of an asshole sometimes. I'm leaving. Good
Part-time
luck.
lover.
I'm sure they fucked a little bit.
I'm just gonna ignore that. If the toilet, like the top part of the toilet, if that was loose, if I could take that up, I'd grab that and try to attack him and get out. I would leave Aaron there. I don't care about him.
Because, yeah, I think the vibe, I think the perception these two people have of Michael Myers, I think they feel like this guy's an old, he's washed up. He probably can't do any harm to us anymore. I think that's why they're so brave about it. So I think I think that would be actually something that she, I could see her doing. So that's what you would do. You would take the toilet lid and bash him, Ryan, after you're done taking a shit.
I would probably have the greatest bowel movement of my life because I'm terrified. Sometimes it makes you need to shit. I'm already mid shit. Like,
Would you just start flinging it at him?
well, I'd shit and I'd probably I'd come to climax almost. Like,
That would be the scary movie moment. Like if they make it a scary movie about the scene,
Yeah.
it would be the person flinging shit at
Yeah.
Michael. Yeah.
Totally.
no, I would probably try and run out of there if I could.
Yeah.
I wouldn't try and help at all. No, because like you're saying about podcasters being like, oh, he's old, he's washed up or whatever. But like, fucking picture like Keanu Reeves coming at you right now.
Oh,
like,
God.
dude's like 6'5" or something. He's a big dude. He's like a black belt in a couple different martial arts.
Yeah, I would not want to fuck with him.
And Michael Myers is fucking huge.
Yeah, he is.
I also just want to say, a lot of times Ryan says stuff, and I'm like, what the fucking man. But what he was saying about that bowel movement, it's hard. It's just the logic's there.
No,
you know?
it's really there.
No, yeah, that's my niche. It's
That's your go-to in a terrified state.
well, no, that's my niche is where like I'll say something that people are like, that's a little edgy, a little racy, but once I finish what I'm saying, they're like, God damn it, I can't.
God damn
I
it,
can't.
he's right.
I see no flaws in what he's saying.
God damn it, I will wear lace.
Okay.
Eventually, he does get to Dana, and I
Oh
don't
yeah,
remember
she has a very uneventful death. She's
Yeah.
just choked out. Make something funny about that, sir.
Yeah, and while she's getting choked, she's like, harder, daddy.
Anyway, there's a good scene afterwards. I like the scene where he finds the mask out of the trunk of their car and puts it on, and he completes the look.
Do you imagine he like says something that you can't hear, but like, let's go around the table and see what Michael Myers' voice would be like when he finally finds his mask. Amir,
So I've
get that fucking reverb out of here.
I've just put the mask. Fuck. I've just put the mask on, and yeah, fuck yeah. It's my Michael Myers.
Batman?
That's not Batman. Batman'd be like, fuck yeah.
Andy, will it?
Oh, hello, governor.
Okay, I would be like this. I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear it through the mic, but I'd be like, what? Is that my mask? Well, look here! I can't believe it. Well, I guess I gotta go kill.
Excellent.
And yeah, that's probably what he'd do. Or he'd be like, I can't get over the British thing now. Oh my God. Is that my mask?
Okay.
Or he'd be like, he'd be like Blink 182. He'd be like, where are you? There's my mask.
That's our teaser right there.
Yeah, we're keeping it in. Everything. It's all fucking
This is
solid.
going to be a 2-hour-long episode. Enjoy, folks.
So,
Break it up.
so Hawkins finds the dead podcasters. There's nothing else on that. Just
How do you...
they just end up. They always the cops always just end up at some place.
Yeah,
like, there's
'cause,
no
like,
one phones anything.
He was at the crash,
yeah,
and then now he's like, oh, got a call at a gas station. I got to go there. Sorry. Bye.
yeah.
Yeah, it's pans out.
So it's Halloween night now. Michael Myers is running loose. He has his mask.
What's your costume?
My costume?
Yeah. It's Halloween. You got a costume on. What's your costume?
I don't know. A New Year's baby.
I'm Frank from Donnie Darko.
What are you?
I'm Sailor Jupiter.
Okay.
That's dope.
You really had that planned out.
Actually, you know what?
I saw it on Facebook Marketplace, and I was like, should I be a sailor, like Sailor Moon character?
I'm not going to lie. I've actually considered Tuxedo Mask in the past, but
Yeah.
it'll be very elaborate.
That's cool.
How would it be really elaborate? He's literally just got a mask and a tuxedo.
And a top
I
hat.
don't have a tuxedo or a top hat or a mask.
So how would it be?
Well, tuxedos are
you
expensive.
just
Go
come in
rent
your
one.
own clothes, and you're like, yeah, I'm tuxedo mask.
Yeah.
Can't tell.
I'm talking about the part where Michael is going around and he's starting to kill people.
Right, Halloween night. So actually, one of his first kills is this. It's just a random woman in her house.
No, his first kill was the kid's dad.
One of the first kills I said, but yeah, who was the first
He's
kill?
killed like 4
No,
or 5
y-
fucking people
Yes,
already.
Sorry. The first kill he has with his new mask, his new threads.
It's
Yeah.
looking good.
Yeah, he's looking good. He's looking tight.
Big dick.
No.
Probably. I mean, statistically, he's a tall man. He's probably got a tall dick.
Tall? So yeah, he's I like the shot of this because it's just following Michael and he's going into someone's garage, just grabs a hammer and then enters. Apparently no one locks their door in Haddonfield.
To be fair, like my grandparents never locked their doors.
But did they
A
live-
lot of people when I was younger in my community didn't lock their doors.
Did they live in a town where there was 5 murders in one night?
40 years
Maybe.
ago.
Yeah, 40 years ago. I mean, come on.
Still, I'd be kind of.
I bet tons of people in, I think Coquitlam probably don't lock their doors. And
Probably.
Robert Picton's from there.
That's a good point.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
All
Google
right.
Robert Picton.
No.
Do it.
If you're the faint of heart, do not. But if you're curious, yeah. It's
Anyway, so yeah, he's entering the house. He's got the hammer, and just starts going after just random people, which is the whole point of this new iteration of Halloween was that they were trying to branch away from, oh, he's always going after Laurie.
Right.
So he's just going after just random people that are in his way.
And he's got a hammer.
He's got a hammer.
You think, like, before every hit, he's like, it's hammer time.
No, he says it's tool time. No, he
And
goes,
then you're like, "Arr, arr, arr."
he's he's in the corner of the house. You can't see him. He's like, everybody know what time it is? And then you just get bashed in the head with the tool.
Also, it was only one kill he did with a hammer.
Oh, that
Yeah,
sucks.
and then he grabs the butcher knife, and then he walks past a baby crying, but looks at the baby and doesn't do anything, which was weird. I think that was just too much for him.
Behind the mask.
So he goes into another house, kind of like stares through the window. You see the reflection of his mask, and then he goes again to the back door that is unlocked and slices a woman's throat. You just like see the blood go everywhere.
One of the kills on the spree that I was going to get to before Ryan interrupted me and called me an idiot or something was there was a woman that he was just standing at her window and he grabs
Yeah,
her by
that's
the
the
head.
one. Yeah.
I love this kill.
Yeah.
It was just really brutal. I think he just like kind of smashes her
Mhm.
head against her couch or something, but it's dope.
Do you remember the kid that Vicky is babysitting?
Yeah,
Julian?
that kid was fucking.
He was so funny.
Yeah.
He was so funny.
I wish you had let me finish my sentence instead of just stopping at that kid
that?
was fucking.
Oh, no!
I was gonna say that kid was fucking cool.
Oh, okay.
He's probably fucking.
Yeah, probably. There was a good quote from like the banter between Vicky and him. She's saying like, "You're the 10th kid I nanny, and I babysit some fucking loser kids."
Who you guys ever babysit?
I got your family doesn't count. Does that count?
I thought you were talking to me directly.
Oh.
I was like, okay, well, fuck
I
me
think
then,
it
I guess.
counts.
No. Oh, well, I did a
Doesn't
lot.
it?
Yeah, I did a lot of babysitting for my sisters.
I didn't babysit any.
But your sister's older than you. Your one sister, isn't she?
No.
Oh, they're both younger than you?
Yeah.
We might have to cut this out.
It's okay. They're not going to listen. They're not
Your younger
listening.
sister's not going to listen? The youngest sister?
She listened to maybe one episode, and she was like, "Yeah, it's not for me. I don't know these movies."
How dare her?
Just Allie, right?
Yeah.
Allie. Continue listening.
Yeah, she's gonna hear this.
Yeah, she's going to be
Not
like, "This
listening.
changed my mind."
I didn't know I was getting a shout out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true. If she knew she's getting a shout out, you should be like, Allie, you got a shout out in episode
Yeah.
9 of Survive the Night podcast. Listen, it's about 2 hours in.
It's, the original film's title, you know what it was?
Babysitter murders.
Yeah, the
Really?
Babysitter Murders.
Yeah.
Which the Officer Hawkins, he mentions it.
Yeah, he does.
Which is pretty cool.
Well, I obviously definitely prefer the name they went with.
Yeah. Can
don't
you
like the
imagine-
Babysitter Murders?
No.
Babysitter murders H2O.
Oh, God.
What does the H mean?
It would be BSH2O. No, that's not even true. I don't know. I think murder starts with S, apparently.
Anyway, so we're going back to the movie, and there's a school dance happening. Halloween school dance.
Before, I'm sorry, I have to rant
What
about
is
this.
wrong with you?
There's something about these transition scenes that go into a place of dance, like a nightclub or a dance, that I just hate. I don't know what it is about it, but as soon as I saw this transition where you see all these kids jumping around and dancing, I was just like, fuck.
Why do you hate fun, Amir?
Yeah, I always have a problem, like, this movie I feel like has some weird cuts to it, but yes. And always in every fucking movie, especially if it's in a high school, their parties are insane. And I'm
Yeah.
like, where was this when I was in high school?
Like, I had some pretty cool school dances.
No,
but
never-
It's like
never this
everybody
cool.
was taking ecstasy.
Yeah.
You know?
And like actually wanting to be there.
Yeah.
That never happened.
I think I went to 2 school dances.
And Ryan did go to school in an igloo, so.
Where do you think I lived?
How were those dances?
I lived in an elk carcass.
I'm keeping that in.
Allison's boyfriend, Cameron, is kissing another girl.
Well,
Alice.
he's been drinking.
Well, that doesn't excuse
Yeah,
anything.
that
No.
excuses everything. What are you talking about?
Yeah. What are you talking about?
That's how he tries to.
Oh,
excuse it.
yeah.
It's like,
Well, that's what makes him such a loser.
Oh, I thought you were going to say such an endearing character.
I thought he was gonna say such a hot boy.
He's a bad
Teen
boy.
heartthrob.
Joe Biden.
Anyway, So yeah, Allison. I love my notes on this because it's just like Allison throws her phone, or Cameron throws Allison's phone into pudding. Was it pudding?
It was weird.
It
whatever
looked
the
like
fuck
it was in a punch bowl.
Yeah, and it wasn't
no.
punch.
Why did he throw it?
Because she was always on her phone, and he's blaming her for their fight.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, teenagers are always on their fucking phones.
It's true.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Allison leaves. Oscar follows her. So that happens. And we go back to Vicky and the kid she's babysitting, and her boyfriend Dave shows up. And for some reason, he gets a tattoo of the day of that actual date. And I don't know why that is even in the movie, but it is. It seems weird.
He gets a tattoo of what?
The date.
The date. Like the Halloween.
10/31, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, this is a day we'll never forget. I'm like, it's just a fucking regular Halloween.
Yeah, I don't.
You don't know what's going on.
And then she's like,
You know what it probably was? He was gonna get his brown belt. He's like, I need this for chorus.
What? People call it that?
Little fun fact about me in high school.
I don't want to know this.
No,
I'm sorry.
Don't worry.
I'm
Don't worry.
leaving.
It's not that bad. I'm walking around. It's like lunchtime or whatever, and I overhear a kid being like, "Yeah, I got my brown belt last night," and I was with my friend, and I was like, "Dude, that's fucking awesome! This dude does karate."
I still think you're talking about karate.
And then my friend was like, "No."
Does it have to do with sodomy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why he wrote the date down. He's like, "Yeah, it's the night."
And
I'm
his
gonna put it
girlfriend
in
is
the butt.
his girlfriend's totally like, oh yeah, and she grabs him, come here, and they start making out.
Yeah,
Yeah, because he's gonna put it in the butt. They already knew.
Okay.
Don't you? fucking-
Put it in the butt.
I hate it so much. There's so much fucking reverb in this episode.
All right, I'm good.
So anyway, Julian, the kid that she is babysitting, tells Vicky that there's someone in his room. She goes to investigate. And then for some reason, Dave, who is high, goes to the garage and starts up a motorcycle just randomly. And is like, yeah, this is fucking sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what happens in the movie. And it's just really weird. Just seems out of place. I think it's just they wrote for something to get him out of the house.
Mm-hmm. And they were like,
This is
yeah,
the
we'll
best.
make him go to the garage and see a sweet motorcycle.
Yeah, stupid. Anyway, there is a good scene though where Vicky goes to the, she goes into
The bedroom.
the bedroom of the kid,
Yeah.
and she's trying to close the closet door, and it won't shut. And then obviously she opens it, and Michael is just standing there, slashes her in the arm. The kid runs out, obviously.
You just imagine like, and just Michael starts screaming because she's like slamming her on his foot a bunch of times.
But it serves her right though, because before this, she's in there and she's pretending she's investigating, and then she screams
Yes.
and tries to scare the kid, and then obviously subsequently she.
Yeah, no, you're right. It serves her right that she dies.
Yeah, serves her
Yeah,
right for
serves her
doing.
right.
Yeah,
you
you
know,
don't give
for
a
just
fuck.
take-
You
for
don't
doing
fuck with kids.
Yeah, don't make a silly joke.
No jokes.
The kid does say something really funny. Is like when he runs out and then he sees Dave. He's like, Dave, you're gonna die, and just leaves. And then the kid is never seen again.
Does he survive?
He does.
He survives the night.
Sweet.
Yeah, he does survive. Oh, good.
That's the name of the podcast.
So Vicky is butchered. She's dead. But then, like, I guess Hawkins obviously just shows up right at the correct time.
Do you think he's maybe Batman?
Maybe he's psychic, but like delayed.
Delayed psychic.
Yeah. Those
Like
are-
he's psychic, but he got hit on the head a couple times.
Yeah.
That's a little slow.
Slow psychic.
Let's make that into a movie.
the slow psychic.
I made a note about this point because this is, I get the sort of mystique behind it, but I would love to have a point of view on Michael himself, because whenever someone comes into the play, obviously Michael disappears into thin air.
Right.
I would love to see, from his point of view, where the fuck he actually goes and how he disappears.
That would be
so
interesting
quickly.
to see. Yeah.
Would it though? It'd just be a bunch of him being like,
But you never see him actually run. He just saunters. Like he just takes a nice jaunt. Hawkins sees Dave killed. He's been hung up on the wall with a knife through his neck, I believe. And then he goes upstairs, sees Vicky under a sheet that Michael has cut eye holes into. I don't know how he has the time to do all this.
I was going to say, his cardio must be insane,
Yeah.
right?
And where did he find any of these? I guess he already has a knife, so he could just pop those open.
There'd be sheets on beds.
True. It's always a white sheet, though.
This
white.
wasn't the house with the mannequins in it, right?
No, that's Laurie's house. Yeah, so that's that. And then Laurie sees, Laurie shows up hunting for Michael and looking for Allison, who has been missing for quite some time.
Oh,
Because her phone is off.
So that's
stuck in pudding.
Probably a good point for us to take a break because this episode's running a little long. We're going to split this episode up into 2 pieces. So if you want to hear what else happens in Halloween 2018, join us on part 2 of Halloween 2018. I don't know why I'm talking like this. So Allison's missing, and yeah, we will continue the episode in part 2 of Halloween 2018.
To be continued.
Thanks for joining us on this episode. Please join us on the next episode. My name is Amir, co-hosting with Andy.
Hi.
And Ryan.
Yes.
If you want to follow us on our social media, you can do that on Instagram at s.t.n_podcast. If you want to join us on Twitter, that's STN Pod. And if you want to join us on Facebook, the Facebook group, just look up Survive the Night Podcast. You could also email us at survivethenightpodcast@gmail.com.
I'd like to put in as well, like, please give us some feedback, especially on like what you'd like to hear from us next, because the majority of these first couple of episodes, it's all been us, but we'd really like to hear like what people would really like to listen to.
Just say Donnie Darko a couple of 100 times, and then we'll get it done.
Yeah, give us your input, and we will definitely take it into consideration. But for now, again, join us on our next episode. We will conclude Halloween 2018. Thanks again for listening. Bye. We should have a blooper reel. You don't have to be beautiful. That sounds cool. All right, are we good to start up again? No.
Look at him.
Yeah, go for it.
La la la.
Let me just
La la la.
I'm just, mine doesn't have the reverb anymore. I guess we're out of the fucking cave then. I'm just really bummed out that we're back in the water in that cave.